Now, by the time you're watching this, the real-life Austrian Grand Prix would have finished, and this one today is going to be my take, the alternate Austrian Grand Prix for 2025. And for this one, we're going back in time. Now, this was a vote between 3 options. We had the old Österreich ring, which was the old Red Bull ring. After that, we had the second option of the current Red Bull ring with the chicane that MotoGP uses. And then you guys wanted the Salzburg ring, also owned by Red Bull. Now, this one was quite simple and quite popular. You all wanted us to go back in time at the Österreich ring. Basically the current layout, but more expanded, longer, and much more high speed and dangerous. Now, as always, before we delve into the grid rundown and the championship standings, guys, the previous episode, go check it out, the Canadian Grand Prix. We did it at Mosport, or better known as Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Absolutely insane. The craziest episode of the series so far. It was carnage. It was a race of survival. And yeah, only a handful of cars actually finished. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, for this one, we have some updates. We have a new championship leader. Max Verstappen now leads this alternate championship. He currently is a point ahead of us. Also, Antonelli last time out DNF'd, and he's now quite a way back in third. Also, Hamilton and Leclerc equal on points, with Russell not too far behind. But the last race really did some damage and opened up the championship. So right now, it's me versus one Max Verstappen. In the Constructors, we're 4th, and to be fair, I think that's the best we can hope for, as we are a single car team driven by yours truly. As for the grid this race, let's get into it. Kimi Antonelli is on pole. The grid has been randomized and they have put Antonelli in pole position. Hulkenberg is alongside. Then we have Tsunoda and the first of the big dogs, Lewis Hamilton, in P4. Then Sainz Colapinto, followed by Max Verstappen. He starts P7 today. Albon, Bortoleto, Stroll round out your top 10. Then we have Hadjar P11 with Charles Leclerc down in P12. Then the first of the McLarens, Oscar Piastri P13 ahead of Pierre Gasly. Then Liam Lawson and Lando Norris down in P16. Alonso, Behrman, Russell down in P19 as well. Big one for the championship, and Ocon in 20th. And as always, we are at the very back. Anyway, here we go. The old Österreich, I believe, if you pronounce it correctly. I've covered it on the channel before, actually, a few years ago. Actually, quite a few years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago. As we go to lights out and we're underway, look how narrow this pit straight is for these cars. We are going to glide down the inside here and pick up a couple of positions as we move up to P17 on the brakes, though, as we race into this first chicane. If you're going to enjoy, guys, smash the like button. Let's try and hit over 1,000 likes on this one, and subscribe for more. And as always, you guys can get involved when I publish the community post to vote on where you want to see me race every single race weekend. Now, imagine the current Red Bull ring, which has 10 corners. This is basically the same, but it's a much more expanded, faster, more dangerous version that runs into the hills, into the wilderness, and really does provide scary action. The barriers are always there. As you can see, Lawson having a scrape early on, trying to pick a side where to overtake him as we make our way into the infield section. Again, I'm just trying to figure where the speed is in this car. Our tyres are a bit cold still, so just trying to figure it all out at this stage. That's very bumpy down the inside. Let's stay off that. Not very nice tarmac there. You can kind of get the idea. It feels just like the current track, but bigger, faster. Piastri's out, so first DNF. Something happened to Piastri further back. We're now on to lap 2. Antonelli still leads the way, and we've got some 2 wide action here up ahead, so let's see if we can try and get involved. Actually, we've got some 2 wide of our own, as Lando was having a browse down the inside at turn 1 there, but he's backed out of it, so we'll stay ahead for the time being. I believe we have 3 DRS zones, so that's going to give us plenty of action as we We'll try and see if I can get a run over top of the hill here. Turn 5, I believe this is, with the chicane in mind. Already P15, which is good. Obviously top 10 score points. Good day today for Antonelli to try and get back in the mix for the championship. And I will say, as you guys have seen, in the last few rounds, we've definitely now got the AI levels and the performance levels figured out. It's very, very equal. And we do have to race and drive well to, get remotely near the front. Feels horrible when you go offline. There's a lot of understeer there just waiting for you, and the barriers are right there. In some cases, there are no barriers. You're literally driving into the Austrian hills, and that would basically be it for you if this was actually a real thing. Super dangerous track. So Noda setting the pace in P3. Let's see what we're doing here just to get an idea, pace-wise. 22.5, so 7/10 off. Not terrible, not terrible. We can definitely work to try and go a bit quicker than that. But still just trying to figure out my racing lines. Some of these curbs are not friendly, so you want to avoid them if possible. This track still actually exists, by the way. It's still in and around, intertwines, and part of it does mix in with the current version of the Red Bull Ring. There was actually, I believe, a proposal back in 2016, or give or take, somewhere around there, nearly 10 years ago now, where they were going to bring back the part that you just saw, the turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of combo, and merge it into the current layout to basically extend the lap time from 1 minute to like 1 minute 15, give or take, and make it a bit more of a racing circuit for more overtaking. But that seemed to never really go through. But you can see just how insane this is. The fact they used to race on this back in the day, man, is such a testament to, the drivers of generation gone by, how they had the balls to race around this place. It's absolutely mental. Anyway, good lap this one, productive lap. I get so much understeer and dirty air there, but Antonelli setting the pace. But this was a good lap from us. We've visibly closed in, and we go purple. We've closed in on Lawson, so we're starting to knock on the door now. Still got the battery in low. I thought we'd use a lot more, considering it's mostly flat out. Oh my days, what a save. Whew. Look at this little train. Everyone is really compact here. This could get interesting very, very quickly. I feel like this corner's flat, but I'm really scared to just commit, because if I get it wrong, it's game over. We get Lawson though. Lovely run over the top. He was a bit slow battling with Leclerc and Gasly, and that is going to allow us to slip through. Speaking of Leclerc, we see Gasly ahead hit the barrier there, but getting away with it. If we can get Charles, that'd be good for the championship, of course. To be fair, Gasly as well is a near rival. So much understeer around here though. Close. Oh, I thought I'd go for it there, but Leclerc covered it well, marked it well. We're going to go up on the engine mode. Do I dare? Yes, I dare. Leclerc just backs out, and there's a yellow. That's ahead. Someone's off. That could have been horrible. Whew. We survive. I think that might have been Stroll who went off at the last corner there and collected someone. I have no idea who got collected. Might have been Bortoletto? Maybe. No, he's ahead of us. I'm not sure who got collected. Either way, I'm just glad I survived that. That could have been chaos. That's 5 of 17. So about a quarter of the way through. Looking okay so far. In the points now, P10. Verstappen, to be fair, not far away. So we're starting to get close. Let's try and, again, do a couple of good laps here to close in. Oh, understeer, understeer. Careful, careful, careful. You feel like you've got the grip, and then suddenly the track just washes you out. It's really dangerous. And you just have to be cautious. One mistake, one bit too much speed. If you get a wheel on the grass, you're not coming back from that. It's as simple as that. This track is extremely unforgiving. This has been a pretty good lap. Personal best first sector. We did a personal best sector 3 on the lap before. Back into the high 21s. Had to actually dab on the brake there a little bit, otherwise I was going straight into the barrier. The AI upping their pace, so we do the same thing, everyone trying to up it. By the way, look at the track here. This chicane at one time didn't even exist. They would just go flat out through turn one, so this track really was dangerous. I believe there was a few notable crashes or fatalities, I believe, at turn one, and they put the chicane in place back in the 70s. But, you know, this track before that chicane was even quicker still, and an absolute death trap. We had the option of doing it without the chicane, but I wanted to leave the chicane in place, you know, just to try and have a few more overtaking opportunities and braking zones, because it's mostly flat at the minute. Closing in slowly on Bortoleto here. The AI now have really got their pace dialed in. We have a 2-second gap over Hajar behind, so we're pulling away. But Verstappen and Bortoleto are doing really well. Verstappen's kind of dragging Bortoleto along in the DRS, and the guys ahead of them are long gone. So just trying to stick with it for the time being, trying to stay consistent and make no real mistakes. Medium ERS mode seems to be the sweet spot, and you can see now we're starting to close in as we do a couple of purple mini sectors here, so we're having a strong end to the lap. You think, you know, turn in early, but it still doesn't work. There is just no grip. Another good lap there, 21.2. We're starting to knock these out consistently, but Antonelli up front, 21.5. So we are flying around the Österreiching, but it's not easy. I think we might have a genuine chance on this lap though to try and get Bortoleto here. We're all on the same compound, it seems, on the C3. Behrman now 21.1, although he's way down in P20. I love that corner. That's probably my favourite corner on the track. Whereas currently, you know, turn 3, the hairpin, a super high speed corner, possibly flat out in qualifying conditions on an empty fuel tank and soft tyres, and, you know, a bit of setup adjustments. Obviously, I'm running default setup in this one to match the AI throughout this entire championship. It's funny how I'm going quickest, yet I'm almost at the exact same point as last lap. Scrubbed off a bit too much speed there, but we've got a chance at Bortoleto for the first time. I'm going to do the Leclerc move again. He backs out, thank you very much. Wise there from Gabriel Bortoleto. Right, now we get to it. Next up, championship leader, Max Verstappen. No, wait, Bortoleto's back for more. Luckily, we can brake late and beat him into turn 1, but that was a surprise. Caught me off guard there. Good racing there from Gabriel. Right. Max doesn't have a slipstream, so that might make him a bit more vulnerable on the straights. Trying to carry more speed through here. Over the top of the crest. Firmly in the wheel tracks of the 4-time world champion. Could be a similar place to the Bortoleto move last lap. If I can stay close through here. Closing, closing. Come on, come on. Close, close. Verstappen's a bit wide. We get the run. I'm going to slip through. He doesn't quite cover his tracks. Side by side until the last corner. And we're through. That's now P8. Look at that train ahead for the lead. That's insane. Good pace. Just going to move my car over to the right side in case Verstappen tries anything. And there we go. Right, this is lap 10 out of 17. We've still got time. Let's try and get back on our pace a little bit. We've got to try and find 2 seconds, which has taken a while, but we can try and close in on that group ahead, which seems to be battling as well at some points. Albon next up. Let's go. Nearly went into the barrier there. Had to brake into the last corner, which you don't really want to do. It's a track where you don't have to brake much, if not at all, really. Besides this first chicane. It's more just like a lift everywhere into certain corners. Oh, Alonso's out. Something happened to him further back. I believe that's the second retirement of this race. Uh-oh, yellow flag. That's in front. Big crash. Ferrari. That was Hamilton. I don't know if he kept it going or not. Albon collected. That's P6 for us now. Big crash there. Last corner catching another victim. This is what I'm saying. This track really bites. One wrong move. Yeah, break yourself slightly. Or try and go side by side and don't find the grip on one of the racing lines. And you are a passenger, mate. It's absolutely game over for you. We've closed in on Colapinto here a little bit now. We've got signs after that. Oh my god, that's so bumpy through there. If you even touch that bit of tarmac on the inside. Looking at a decent little P4 here. I think if we can get Colapinto and signs in the closing stages, that would be a great result for us today. Oh, Colapinto's wide. He's off. The AI can't hang on to it through the last corner. I was pressuring him there. We went purple in the middle sector. We went, you know, quickest overall. And we was on for probably a purple lap, but I took a bit of caution at the last corner. Right. Let's try and get Carlos. And I think that'll be a good day in the office for us. Antonelli, Tsunoda on the podium. Not sure who's P2. Probably Hulkenberg still up there cooking away in the Sauber. PB first. Sainz is a bit slow here. Over the top of the hill. Closing in. Let's use a bit of juice. Oh, this is scary. Oh, wait. We're both in wide and we both tried to outbrake each other. And we both ran out of road. We're going to go through here though. Not sure what to do. Oh my god, Sainz is off. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's very low grip offline. You try and go side by side and you just get punished. And there's nowhere to go. No barrier, no end zone, nothing. Just a field. If you go off, you're going to be a lawnmower and you're gone. P4 then. I think this is where we're going to finish. So let's bring this one home and dry. This will be decent points. Bortoletto out. Another victim. To be fair, Sainz, Colapinto, Hamilton, they've all kept it going, all kept it moving. Obviously I have damage off, but some cars don't make it back. Some do. We're flying on this one though. 2 purple sectors, clean air. Obviously, as the fuel light comes on, I was going to say the fuel load's starting to burn up a little bit. Front left is a bit knackered, but other tyres are holding up okay. What's that going to be? 1 minute 20.8. Strong lap there. 3 to go. Up to Tsunoda 2.6. We might nick a podium here. Tsunoda's in the 122 highs. The front 2 in the 121s, but Tsunoda, unlike the top 2, is on the C5 soft tyres, and I think he is just on the cliff right now and has no grip. I mean, he was a second slower than Antonelli and 1.3 seconds slower than Hulkenberg, so Tsunoda right now doesn't have tyres. He's running out of grip. You can see we have a lap to go, but we have got momentum here. We've got the right tyres at the right time. I'm going to have a little go here. Oh my god, that feels very, very quick. I'm going to just... Wow, that's what I mean. If you got offline, it kills you. Absolutely kills you. Thought I'd break a bit early and just take some caution. It's not the last lap. Yes, we don't have to rush into it. But if you just take the wrong line, this track sends you off. you've got to really kind of trust some of the banking at some corners and also the racing line at others. We've got to run here again. Do I dare? Oh my god, this is close. Understeer, understeer. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I think I'm a bit far back. Last lap, here we go. Up towards turn 1. Throwing the feint. Easy on the traction, Sonoda's a bit slow. Here we go. Inside line. We ain't got enough juice in medium ERS to get the move done. Understeer, oversteer, but we go over the top. And we're going to go through. Now just use the battery remains that we have. And we'll snatch a podium on the last lap. Which I'll absolutely take. Easy. Keep it at the barrier. There we go. We've only got 0.9 left. Estimated laps of fuel. We've cut this fine. I've put the same fuel in for us and the AI. So estimations were a bit tight on this one. Last episode we was well over. But this time the simulations weren't quite fully accurate. Either way, we will make it with about a litre of fuel over the line. Antonelli is going to win at the Österreiching. Hulkenberg's going to get second. And we are going to pick up a podium. And that is a great result. Lovely stuff. What a track. That right there was F1 Heritage. Really fun track. I love this. I've done it for the second time now on the channel. And it's been just as fun. But guys, what did you think in the comments down below? Let me know. Either way, really fun one. I believe we have a double header. Next up is Silverstone, I think. And that's next weekend. So some also pretty tasty options involved in that one as well. But guys, if you enjoyed it, I'd massively appreciate a like on the video, subscribe for more, and here are your final classified results. Antonelli, P1, picks up a win. What a race. Hulkenberg, P2, we get P3, and we make up the podium. Then it's Sonoda. Hamilton survives to P5, even with the crash. Albon, Verstappen, P7, Hadjar, Gasly, and Leclerc are going to be your point scorers here today. Missing out, Stroll, Lawson, Ocon, Sainz, Behrman, Russell then a P16, Norris, Colapinto, Bortoleto, Alonso, and then Piastri at the back. So Piastri, Alonso, Bortoleto were the 3 DNF casualties in that one. But yeah, absolutely insane. Now, in terms of the championship, I'll put that on screen now. And again, I'm sort of guesstimating as I'm doing this in real time, but we will reclaim the lead in the championship. We're going to outscore Verstappen decently, I'd say. We're going to put around 6 to 10 points over him, which is absolutely fine. Antonelli, though, with the win, is going to get himself a bit more back in the mix. He was a bit out of it, but that's exactly what he had to do to get back in the fight. And then I think people at Hulkenberg are going to climb up the table quite nicely. So I really think it's going to bring things a bit closer together as we head into Silverstone next weekend. But yeah, no big change, I believe, in the constructors really for us. Still P4, but either way, really enjoyed it. Guys, mods linked down below for the car and the track. If you want to give it a go, feel free and let me know what you think. In the meantime, I'd massively appreciate a like, subscribe. As always, a massive shout out to the channel members for supporting all my content. Also, check out the 2 videos on screen for more videos like this, including the previous round at Canada and this weekend's Can I Beat the Austrian Grand Prix pole lap. Anyway guys, cheers for watching, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.